Enoch. Enoch stands as a beacon of faithfulness in a time when humanity was spiraling away from divine grace. The scriptures mention him briefly, yet his legacy is anything but fleeting. Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, lived during an era teeming with moral ambiguity and waywardness. Yet, amidst this spiritual turmoil, Enoch charted a different course. This man, seventh from Adam, is heralded for an extraordinary life in Genesis chapter 5, verse 24, where it is said, "Enoch walked faithfully with God, then he was no more because God took him away." The phrase "walked with God" signifies an intimate, consistent relationship with the Creator. In Hebrews chapter 11, verse 5, we gain further insight. By faith, Enoch was taken from this life so that he did not experience death. He could not be found because God had taken him away. For before he was taken, he was commended as one who pleased God. There's no grandiose description of the event, just a profound statement that he was taken by God, a testament to his righteousness and the favor he found with the Lord. Elijah. Elijah stands among the most compelling prophets of the Old Testament, a man whose life was deeply intertwined with the divine purpose during a tumultuous era for the nation of Israel. His story is principally found in the books of 1 and 2 Kings. Elijah, whose name means "My God is Yahweh," emerges during the reign of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel, a time marked by the worship of Baal, a foreign deity. This idolatry was a direct challenge to the worship of the God of Israel, and Elijah's role was to confront this apostasy and call Israel back to faithfulness. His relationship with God was one of profound closeness and obedience. He declared drought upon the land according to God's word. 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 1, was sustained by ravens and performed miracles, including raising a widow's son from the dead. 1 Kings chapter 17, verses 2 to 24. These acts underscored his authority as God's messenger and the power of the God he served. One of the most dramatic moments in Elijah's life was the contest on Mount Carmel, where he called down fire from heaven to consume a sacrifice, proving Yahweh's supremacy over Baal. 1 Kings chapter 18, verses 20 to 39. This event led to the slaughter of the prophets of Baal and a brief revival of the worship of the true God. Elijah's departure from earth was as extraordinary as his ministry. 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 11 describes the moment vividly. As they were walking along and talking together, suddenly a chariot of fire and horses of fire appeared and separated the two of them, and Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind. This passage conveys not death, but a divine translation from mortality to eternity. Melchizedek. Melchizedek, a figure shrouded in mystery, emerges in the narrative of Genesis without a genealogy or a clear end to his life, making him a subject of fascination and theological significance. The Bible introduces him as the King of Salem and priest of the Most High God. He is introduced during the time of Abram, before Abram became Abraham. Abram had just returned from defeating Kedorlaomer and his allies. Melchizedek comes to meet him with bread and wine, blessing Abram and attributing his victory to God's provision, declaring, "Blessed be Abram, by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth." Genesis chapter 14, verse 19. Melchizedek's relationship with God is one of reverence and service, as he was called a priest of God Most High. The New Testament sheds additional light on his priesthood, relating him to Christ, one without recorded beginning or end. Hebrews chapter 7 verse 3 says, "Without father or mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life, resembling the Son of God, he remains a priest forever." The Bible does not give any account of Melchizedek's departure from the earth, like Enoch and Elijah. Instead, Melchizedek's eternal priesthood is what is emphasized. and his continuation is inferred rather than explicitly narrated. The absence of any mention of his death can be seen as symbolic, signifying an eternal priesthood, which the book of Hebrews compares to that of Jesus Christ.